Good morning, period 1. I'm going to go over instructions today for how to set up your blog. To do so, there's going to be a few points in the video where I ask your teacher to pause the video to give you a chance to follow those steps. Make sure you're following each step and listen closely. By this point, you should be logged into your laptops and have gone to mrsj.org and gone into our English 10 site. Once there, you're going to go ahead and click on the Blog tab. Notice there's no drop downs like the other ones, it's just the word blog. Go ahead and click on that. Once you click on that, you are going to go ahead and click on the Here button where it says click here to go to Weebly to create your blog. We're going to click and go there. Once we're there, we're going to be prompted to sign up for an account. You're going to go ahead and type in your first and last name, your login with your email address, and a password. And then you're going to go ahead and click the Get Started button. But when you do that, you need to write this information down on your website sheet that I gave you at the beginning of the school year. You're going to use your email address as your username and your password, of course, as your password. Take a minute to find that website sheet, write down Weebly on it, and go ahead and put your username and password. The teacher is now going to pause this video to come back, so to give you an opportunity to write that down and come back later. Okay, now that you're back, you are going to go ahead and log in. When you log in, you may be asked if you want a free account or if you want to pay for one. If you happen to get that window, go ahead and select that you want a free account. The next window that you're going to see is this window. It's going to ask you, do you want to create a site, a blog, or a store? We are creating a blog, so we're going to go ahead and click blog. At this time, you're going to look through and choose a theme or a look for your blog. It doesn't matter which one you choose because you can always change your mind later. When you're ready, you're going to put your cursor over the one you want and select choose. Notice though that some of them ask you if you want to change the color or the look of it, and some of them don't. I'm going to use this one as a sake of example. Choose the color blue and click choose. Your teacher is now going to pause this video so that you can get a chance to pick out which one you want. Okay, now that you've selected the look of your website, you now need to create a URL. You need to register your website. You are not going to use your first and last name together. We do not want to show your identity to people on the internet. Also, you don't want something that's really long that people have to type in. There is no need to type www since the beginning and the end of the website have already been done for you. You are just picking the middle part. Let's say that I'm going to do a website about cooking. Perhaps I want to call my site Cooking with Mrs. J. This happens to be available. If it says available and you are good to go, you're going to take a minute and write this whole web address down on your website paper. Your teacher is now going to take a minute to pause this video so that you can figure out an available domain and that you can write this down on your website paper. Now that you've done this, you're going to go ahead and click continue. You're going to be asked if you want to watch a video, but we're just going to exit right out of that, and we're going to get started. To get started, you're going to go ahead and notice that you can change things right on the website. You're going to change my website to the actual name of your website. I actually want to call mine Cooking with Mrs. J. Some of you also have an author section. Here, you can delete this information, and you can write something about yourself. But you all may want to also try customizing the look of your website. To do so, you're going to want to click Design up here at the top, and you may want to change the look of your website. If you don't like the setup you have, you can go back in and change the theme. If you do like the look you have, you can click Change Fonts, and you can choose to change the site title to a different font or even a different color. You're going to play around with the different font options to make it look how you want to make it look. When you're done messing around with the design options, you may go back into Build And you may choose to do things like add an image over on the side by clicking and dragging it over and dropping it where you'd like it to go. Once you do something like that, then you're able to wait for it to load, and you can click on it to upload an image you actually want to upload. For instance, if I want my image here, I can just click on it and upload a picture or get one off of the internet. Once you've kind of played around with the look and gotten your website set up and a picture selected or a background selected, then you can go ahead and publish your site. You're going to take a minute to pause this video and go ahead and work on setting up your blog the way you'd like it to work. Okay, now that we're at the last few minutes of class, we're going to go ahead and publish our site. You're going to hit the Publish button. And when you hit the Publish button, it is going to prompt you. Okay, so once you hit publish, the screen's going to come up and ask you to verify your website. You're going to say continue to verify it, and then you're going to ask to categorize your website. You can go ahead and skip this step. Finally, it's going to ask you to verify that you're human. You're going to type in what you see here. If you can't see it, you can hit this little button refresh, and it will give you a different one to type in. I'm going to go ahead and type mine in and say okay, publish my site. You're going to give it a minute to load so that it publishes your work. It'll then tell you you've been published and that this is your website. Once it says you've been published, you can exit out of this little window and then go up here in the far right corner where you see the 3 stripes and go down to Exit Editor. It's going to exit you out. You can go ahead and skip that next step and exit out of the little window. Finally, in the upper right hand corner of your dashboard, you're going to click Log Out. Congratulations, you've successfully set up your first blog and gotten it going. You can of course work on this anytime outside of class. Alright, I hope you had a great day and I will see you tomorrow.